I do not own a company. I do not own a television station. I do not own a government. I do not own an army. I own a backpack with a broken zipper, a bicycle with rust on the chain, and dreams that the grown-ups keep telling me to be patient for. But I have been watching. I have watched cameras appear on every corner, watching faces before they know our names. I have watched machines learn our voices, our habits, and the little pieces of ourselves we leave behind every day. They call it innovation. They call it progress. I wonder why progress always seems to know so much about ordinary people, yet so little about helping them. I have watched the richest people in the world build fortunes so large they could feed cities, shelter families, and heal communities, while millions wonder whether they can afford medicine, groceries, or a place to sleep. The adults tell me that someday I can be anything. But I look around and ask, anything? For whom? Why does it seem that the rules are different depending on how much money you have? Why are children taught to share while powerful adults compete to own more than they could ever use? Why do forests disappear, rivers become polluted, neighborhoods struggle, and workers grow exhausted, while the wealth of a handful of people grows beyond imagination? I hear people say that ordinary people are replaceable, disposable, numbers, data, consumers, workers. But I don't believe that. I believe every mechanic fixing a truck before sunrise, every teacher buying supplies from their own pocket, every nurse working through the night, every parent skipping meals so their children can eat. That is where the world lives. Not in skyscrapers, not in stock prices, not in algorithms. The world belongs to the people who wake up every morning and keep it alive. If technology is powerful, then let it protect freedom instead of shrinking it. If wealth is powerful, then let it build communities instead of walls. If leadership is powerful, then let it serve instead of rule. I do not want a future where every step is watched, every choice is predicted, and every human being is measured only by what they can produce or purchase. I want a future where kindness matters more than market value, where dignity cannot be bought, where no child grows up believing they are less important than a corporation, where no billionaire, politician, or machine gets to decide that ordinary people exist only to serve someone else's ambition. The grown-ups tell me that children are the future. Then perhaps they should listen to us, because we have not yet learned to confuse wealth with wisdom. We have not yet learned to mistake fear for security. We have not yet learned to believe that power is the same thing as greatness. The future should not belong to those who possess the most. It should belong to those who protect the most. Not the loudest voices, not the richest names, but the millions of ordinary people whose quiet courage keeps the world turning. I am only a child, but someday this world will belong to my generation. Please leave us one where freedom is still worth inheriting. We are the children.